All right, we're super excited. Handful of teams open spring training today, so let's go camp it out. Yeehaw! And we start with the champs in Scottsdale, Arizona. Buster and the rest of his boys all reported to work. That's right, Skip. We are the world champs. Everybody was there, shaking hands, signing autographs, and talking about defending their title.
It's a great time. I think all the players look forward to this day, getting back on the field and seeing each other. And I know I do. And tomorrow, it all begins again. And we have some work to do. It's a new year, new season, new race. And so the guys, I know they're excited to be here.
2010, they won it all. 2011, they missed the playoffs. 2012, they won it all. 2013, they missed the playoffs. 2014, they won it all. 2015...
they missed the playoffs. Coach is like, really? Really, bro? You're going to throw me on the bus like that? Hey, if you play it, I don't know if they're going to miss the playoffs. I don't know if they're going to repeat. Repeating this in this generation, so tough in all of sports.
Yep.
When the Yankees did it in 98, 99, and 2000, did it 3 times in a row, amazing. Yep. But it is tough, Chris, to repeat. And I don't care what sport you play. You saw what happened to the Seahawks in football even. They had it right there, and just something happens. So it's going to be a tough year. You always hear the hangover effect. That's not the case, but it's just hard to have things go right at the right time, and this team clicked at the right time.
Well, let's just remember, they barely eked into the playoffs. They got 88 wins, which tied for the fewest with the Pirates and the A's just to make it into the playoffs. So it was a struggle getting there. And every time you look at their lineup, you say, how in the world do they win World Series with that lineup? It's not like they had wholesale changes. I mean, they lost more than they added, and that's kind of Brian Sabian's mantra is we keep the guys that won us the ring together, and we give them another shot. And who can go against that theory? Because it seems to work. I still think it'll be a little bit of a struggle. I still think Brian Sabian will have to make some sort of move this summer. But I can't go against him. It's worked.
I love what he does, though, Chris. He keeps the guys that won instead of getting all creative and think we got to change something up. The one thing, the energy I think they will miss, though, is Kung Fu Panda's energy. But they have a lot of great guys in that clubhouse, and Bochy obviously one of the best in the game, if not the best.
All right, let's keep this in mind. It wasn't the Giants that won the NL West. It was the Los Angeles Dodgers. And as they get ready to open camp, they got some bad news regarding their closer. Kenley Jansen's going to be sidelined 2 to 3 months following surgery on his left foot. Jansen had more than 40 saves a year ago, blew just 5 saves. So now, if you're the Dodgers brass, do you go with what's in-house or do you go get a Rafael Soriano or a K-Rod?
It's interesting. It's amazing how Scott Boras works this situation. Both guys represented by him. Both guys very similar. Both guys struggled second half last year. K-Rod got to an amazing start in Milwaukee, doing everything right. This guy's got 348 saves at 33 years old. Velocity's down, still has a great changeup. Soriano, who's been lights out and just second half fell off the face of the earth. Something happened there. I don't know. I haven't given up on him, but he's 35. So you look at this. If I'm the Dodgers, take a deep breath. I don't know if I'm going to spend $10 million yet on those guys. I don't know. Dodgers have an endless money pit somewhere along the line, so this might be a fit, but I would let it breathe for a second. Their bullpen is weak, Chris. You've said it all along. They've had a few arms, but maybe this isn't time to panic. If it's the right fit, go and sign one of those guys. If not, maybe a trade.
Yeah, here's the thing, is that your payroll is going to be almost $270 million on opening day. So if you can get these guys for $8, $9, $10 million, why not do it? Not only does it give you a guy who's had over 40 saves in a single season, whether you go with Soriano or you go with K-Rod, but also when Jansen is healthy and you don't want to rush him back, even though it's not an arm injury, and we're talking about major surgery here that's going to put him on the shelf for 2 to 3 months, why not have an extra arm that's got some experience, especially in the playoffs? It does no harm. I mean, their goal is to win the World Series, not to make it to the playoffs again. And then when, it gets tight in the 7th inning, have Don Mattingly look down there and say, who are we going to go with again? Yeah. So it just gives you another option. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, let's move from coast to coast, from L.A. out to Boston. I know they're training down in Fort Myers, but you understand what we're talking about. The Red Sox reported to camp, and they've got a bunch of new faces, including Hanley Ramirez, who's making the move from shortstop to left field. But we found out earlier this week that Koji Uehara, remember when he hit that slump last year in kind of August, early September-ish? he admitted he was dealing with an injury. He wouldn't disclose what it was. A lot of people think it was a right shoulder issue. He's going to be 40 years old this year. So which guy has to be more injury-free for the Red Sox to contend, Hanley or Koji?
I think Koji. Anytime your closer is basically healthy all year, you have a plus because it's someone like we talked about, those toughest 3 outs of the game, sometimes 4 outs. This guy's remarkable. Loved by the teammates, loved by the organization, Chris. You know, he's going to play into his 40s, signed a 2-year deal, past to his 41, basically. He's a healthy body, healthy arm, tremendous split finger. 3 different ways to throw it. It's a strike, split finger, change up, fastball, whatever you want. But the main thing, this guy has to be healthy because he creates this kind of energy that you don't see from a closer. Like guys gravitate to him, and especially from Japan. So that's a neat thing. He's one of the rare ones out there to have that effect on teammates. I think this guy's a huge factor for the Red Sox, more than 19.
He's great at high-fiving, too, isn't he? Huh?
Yes.
Really good.
Yes.
He's
Hard
really good at
high-fives.
high-fiving. The thing with the Red Sox bullpen is that they don't have guys that have really done it for extended periods of time in the closer role. I mean, I know Mujica was okay at times in the last few years and then struggled a bit last season before joining Boston eventually and kind of turning it around. They don't have a lot of bona fide names down there that, you know, can solidify the closer's role if Uehara's on the shelf for any extended period of time. So I would agree with you. Hanley, you got to go in knowing he's going to play 130 games. I think that's just unfortunately the way his body's built at this time. Is that unfair?
It's not unfair. You're just going by a track record situation. I'm sure Hanley wants to stay healthy, but yeah, I don't think that if you lose him, you skip a huge beat because you got some great bats this year. It's going to be a better team than it was last year offensively. So if you said it last year, I'd say, no, we need Hanley because they had nobody to hit a home run other than Poppy. But this year, I think this team's going to be very good offensively. And you know what? You got Alan Craig out there that's going to be battling for a bat somewhere, so they have plenty of bats, but I agree with you, Koji.
One of those new bodies is Pablo Sandoval, whom they gave almost $100 million to. And, you know, he's out there, sweet swinging, both sides of the plate. Says he wants to improve on his right-handed swing. Well, people started looking at him as he reported to camp, and they said, is that the great panda, as in the belly? What do we think of this look?
Chris, I'm going to say real quick, give me 20 seconds. This is the problem. When you win a World Series, you're done in November, then you go and do signings, and then all of a sudden you look up, it's Thanksgiving, and you really haven't even taken a break right now. So you get about a month and a half to 2 months to just relax, get away from baseball. Now you're reporting to camp. So I'm sure he wasn't very active in this offseason, maybe hit a little bit, threw a little bit. So now he's got time to get in shape. Get off Kung Fu Panda. Get off Pablo Sandoval. He's never been a guy to come in shape and break this body fat record situation unless you're going on the opposite side. He hits, and he has a healthy body, so allow him to play, and he'll be ready to go in April. I'm telling you, this is a unique bird.
Last year, he reported in shape with the Giants, and he hit a $171 till May 9th. A $171. Give me the fat panda every day of the week. That's all I care about. That's right. Make us healthy people proud, panda. We don't care.